Hello, Indianapolis, and all of you fine people who are going to be traveling to Indianapolis this weekend for Days of the Dead. My name is Nathan Hamilton, aka the Son of Celluloid, and I am the curator of the Blue Track. Now, what is the Blue Track, you might be asking? You might have seen that Code Blue hashtag going up all over the place, and I'm here to explain to you exactly what's going on. Now, the Blue Track is an entire track of programming, panels, events that's going on all weekend, and while the Black Track is going to be shining the spotlight on your favorite horror celebrities and icons, my goal is to shine the spotlight on independent horror. I'm talking about those filmmakers and artists and performers that are the backbone of the genre and are really making it work on a personal and more grassroots level. And I also want to give local talent the spotlight and give some exposure and support to the local horror scene in all of our Days of the Dead cities. Now, what do you say we run down the events, shall we? Now, the Blue Track's kicking off Friday evening at 6 p.m. with the Bandit Motion Pictures panel. Scott Shermer and Brian Williams, Indiana's dynamic duo of independent cinema, are going to be talking about the stories behind their films like Harvest Lake and Plank Face and Space Base from Outer Space, and telling you what goes into making those films and how Bandit came together, so come listen to their stories. Then at 7 p.m. is my talent showcase, Sin and Salvation. Now, first off, we've got Graveyard Gospel. After their, shall we say, controversial performance in Atlanta, I knew I had to bring them to Indiana, and you guys got to see the Southern Gothic tent revival. Incredible music. You guys are going to love Graveyard Gospel, and they're going to be sharing the stage with Dish Delish and Victoria Nightshade, aka the Graveyard Girls, doing their tantalizing and macabre burlesque stylings. Now, the Blue Track continues at noon on Saturday with the history of horror comics. Jim Lesniak from Voodoo Comics, I really hope I didn't just butcher your name, is going to be talking all about the history of four-color fear and the medium of horror comics in general. You do not want to miss that presentation. Then at 1 p.m., we've got the panel that is always my personal favorite every year, the Independent Filmmakers panel. We've got Brooklyn Ewing, Bobby Easley, Nathan Erdell, Shane Beasley, Mike McGrainer, and Darren Means. And we are going to be talking about their projects, where you can find them, what went into making them, the independent horror scene in general, and just chopping it up about all kinds of great topics. That one's always pretty crazy and pretty fun and free-flowing, so you really don't want to miss that one. Then at 2, we've got Metal and Horror, a match made in hell. I've got members of the Casket Creatures, the Spectre Men, Iron Diamond, and Skeleton Witch coming in to talk about that symbiotic relationship that horror movies and the devil's music have always shared. Then at 3 o'clock, we have Gore on a Budget with Arthur Cullifer. Now, Arthur is the mastermind behind the effects for Found, and he directed Headless, he's done Harvest Lake, all kinds of great stuff, and he's going to be talking about how you make those incredible effects that put anything in Hollywood to shame on a budget that they probably couldn't cater lunch for, honestly. Then at 4 o'clock, we've got the Sideshow in Horror. Now, from Todd Browning's Freaks all the way up to American Horror Story, the Freak Show and Horror Entertainment have enjoyed quite the close relationship. I can't think of anyone better to explore that relationship with. The world record-holding Sideshow performers, Captain and Maybell. You know them, you love them, you've seen them on America's Got Talent, so come check out the Sideshow in Horror. Then at 5 p.m., we've got something that I'm very excited about because, to the best of my knowledge, it's the first event of its kind at any con that I've ever seen. It is the Terror Trade Swap Meet. Basically, we've all got a stack of movies we have two of, or they might not have been our cup of tea, or we just want to get rid of them and get something else, maybe clear some shelf space, I don't know. But what I want all of you to do is bring those stacks. Bring your memorabilia too. One man's trash is another man's treasure, and we're all going to get together and we're just going to trade movies. The only rule, no cash can be exchanged, no buying or selling. This is a trader's market only. I think that one's going to be a lot of fun. I hope a lot of you participate. Hopefully it's the first annual event of its kind. Now, Sunday is the last day, but the fun doesn't stop on the Blue Track. At noon, we've got Costuming 101. Cosplay is the fastest growing fan art form on the convention scene, and we've got veteran costumers like Larry Lutz and Chris Blair, Stephen Murphy, and Lizzie Burns, and they're going to be discussing the art form and giving you the tips and tricks that they have learned in their years in the costuming game. Then at 1 is one I'm going to have a lot of fun with, Haunt Acting 101. I'm going to be joined by Tim Cecil, Tony Cecil, and Billy Patterson, and we are going to talk all about how we create all those soiled drawers and nightmares every October. It's everything you ever wanted to know about being a haunt actor. All that's going to be going down in the Brickyard. That's right across the hallway from the Black Track Room. It's around that main thoroughfare, real easy to find, so you have no excuse not to be there. And as I mentioned, it's all included in the price of admission, as is the Black Track and all their great programming, all the incredible movies that are being shown at the Jab Pictures Film Festival, the vendor's room where you can find anything your sick little heart desires, the chance to meet all your favorite horror icons, the chance to party with a lot of like-minded weirdos, which is honestly my favorite part of Days of the Dead. So don't miss the Midwest's biggest horror event of the summer. It's Days of the Dead Indianapolis, going on this weekend at the Wyndham Hotel. And hey, if you thought Days of the Dead was fun before, wait till you do Blue. See you in Indy.